This is one of the Legends here. We're going to continue working with striking sticks. So we've had some positive feedback on our episode on how to use sticks as an alternate to focus mitts and other training methods. So Kurt here at MKG Detroit is going to help us work some more methods using the striking sticks.
Some of the things that we've been playing with here is working on basic boxing evasions from slipping, ducking, bob and weave, evading back, that kind of thing. Certainly it's important to continue to work evasions against things like punches, or the focus mitt. Not at all suggesting to stop, do that, and do this instead. But as a supplemental training tool, you're learning to evade an entire plane of motion. This is longer, it's kind of more exaggerated, and you'll find that it changes the way you move. It's a little tricky, it's just kind of different, right? Part of the benefit of this is that as the feeder, I'm learning to, instead of just throw punches, to train potentially a different art or a different set of skills. So I'm going to feed actual strikes that I would do with the stick from Filipino martial art, and my training partner is going to evade using good technical boxing skills. So we're both getting something out of this. We're able to do two different things simultaneously and have a joint benefit. Okay, so the feed that we're going to look at here is going at a downward angle right towards the center and pulling through like half of an X. Backhand across like half of a plus sign, and then complete the plus sign by going completely vertical down the middle. So again, an angle and it pulls through, horizontal towards the head, pulling through, and then cutting down the middle, pulling through. There's a lot of different evasions we could do to this, but we've preset 3 just to make it a little easier, at least for the video. So we're starting both of us right foot forward. I'm going to feed what we'd call this angle 1, and Roy's going to switch his feet, female triangle, so he steps his right foot back and his left foot forward while ducking and bailing out the other side of the stick as so. Okay? Now he's done this slight rotation at the end so that he now has his left foot forward and he's next to me on this side. So I turn and feed the horizontal shot, he ducks, and then I cut vertically down the middle and he slips to the outside so that it lands on his shoulder. From this direction, the angle 1, he bails, turns to face me, now has his left foot forward. So he ducks underneath and slips outside, nice and tight. Again, down and out, switches his feet, female triangle, duck, and slip. Down and out, duck, and slip.
This drill is great for those of you who love the Dominic Cruz type movement. It's very evasive, doing the switches and the angling and the rotations. And if we're going to feed the same side, you notice that I started right lead but I finished left lead. So I'm going to do another switch, kind of like what Dominic Cruz is doing when he's out of range. I'm going to call that the useless part of the technique, but it's good practice just to get more reps in of the footwork. And quite frankly, when you're doing it against someone, it can start to get confusing.
Okay, so if we want to make this work both directions, right now he's just bailing towards my right because I'm swinging with the right, then we can do the left as well. As we've mentioned, there's a lead switch that happens that at the end of these 3 techniques, he resets his feet. Well, if we bring the other stick into play, he doesn't have to reset, and we have this continuous flow that we can work, which is awfully nice. So, the right foot forward, he switches his feet to bail out, ducks, slips. Now we're both left foot forward, so he goes the other direction. Now he's right lead, having switched on the bailout, duck, slip, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5. You know how to count. So the technique from the feeder's end that we're learning is to do inward slash, horizontal slash, vertical. Inward, horizontal, and vertical. And all these are good techniques to practice with a weapon. So what we don't have yet is thrust. So we're going to feed an inward thrust and a backhand thrust. Again, resetting and starting right side only just to get used to the movement. So thrust here, and then we'll finish with that same vertical shot. The way this translates for the boxing skills is when I do my thrust, he's going to start by slipping inside and then bob and weave to the outside. this is kind of a clean way to practice the bob and weave in this training format because it allows him to pop up on the other side as you would with a punch. It also, this feed causes my elbow to flare a little bit, which is nice because it slightly replicates this kind of punch that he may move up and that he may move underneath. So 1, 2, 3. So again, we feed 1, 2, 3. Notice I'm going at a pace that he's able to move along with. I'm not trying to hit him in the face and hit him in the face. I'm just feeding planes of motion and allowing him to practice what this movement is like against this tool. Again, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. You're going to find that it suits you well to sort of hook this back, especially here. If I just bring this straight back, I'm going to drag it across his face or hit him. The punch that you throw isn't necessarily going to come back along the same line anyways, so it stands to reason that this just sort of resets, come out and resets, and then hit down the middle. Similarly then, if you do this backhand and retract it, you're on the wrong side to feed the overhand. If you're new to this, it might feel clunky. So one last time, it's going to go out and over, and down. Okay, so if we add the other side, then he's just bobbing, weaving the other direction. Everything's the same, he's just moving from one side to the other. So 1, 2, and 3. If he'd like, he can practice a lead switch in between. 2, 3, switches his feet. 1, 2, 3. He can also just stay in the lead that he's in. 1, 2, slips outside, stays where he is, and slips outside. There you have it.
Yeah, I think that's good. So those are 2 basic formats to work with the sticks. Play with them, and we'll be back with more episodes on how to do this because it seems like there's some interest out there. This is Roy with Kurt here at NKG Detroit. Keep your chin down and elevate your striking.